everyone, so today I'm going to be doing my what should be fairly quick February wrap-up and March TBR because I did not do a ton of reading this month. I just read 2.5 books basically. I just was traveling, busy with a lot of other things, and overall was just more in the mood to watch TV. I actually have a whole video, a discussion video from a while back on how, at least for me personally, reading slumps aren't really a thing. There are just times when I have the urge to read and times when I don't, and when I don't have the urge to read, it's not something I ever freak out about. I think it would be a little crazy to think that any of our interests would stay consistent. I think they kind of ebb and flow naturally, and I think that's completely fine. So the first book I read this month was a really wonderful horror novel called Bird Box by Josh Malerman, and I did a whole review on that, spoiler free, which I will have linked at the end of this video. Then I read The Dinner by Herman Koch. This was one of the most interesting books I've read in a really long time, and I really enjoyed it. This is a drama surrounding two couples that meet for dinner who live in Amsterdam. It's two brothers and their wives. One of the brothers is currently very wealthy, he's running to be prime minister, and it's told from the point of view of his other brother. Now I won't say what it is that their sons did, you don't find that out until quite a bit later in the book, but all you know is that both of their sons got together and committed a heinous act, and most of the country is aware of this act because it was caught on camera, but the footage is grainy enough. It's the type of situation where only a parent would be able to recognize their child. So a very intriguing premise. I really enjoyed the writing style. It was really acerbic, and it didn't really remind me of Gillian Flynn's writing style, but it did just in the sense that I continually kind of felt like I was being punched in the stomach. In my opinion, I don't know if everybody who reads this would find it to be, but I also kind of found it a little darkly comedic. This book would definitely not be for everyone with some of the detail that he chooses to go into. It's a detailed book, not incredibly so, but the instances when he chooses to go into great detail are odd. For example, there's a whole page or 2 pages, I think, where the man, the protagonist, I think his name is Paul, but I could be remembering that wrong. Everyone else has already ordered an appetizer, and they've one by one ordered all of the ones that he was interested in, and so he orders one that he would never normally want to eat, simply because in his mind, ordering something that someone else would kind of insinuate a lack of creativity. So it's instances like that where I think some people would find the book really irritating, but I really loved it, and I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. Then the book I'm halfway through is Daniel Handler's Watch Your Mouth. Daniel Handler is the real name of Lemony Snicket. I would say this is a new adult novel because that's technically the age that the main character and his girlfriend fall into, but I feel like that goes with kind of a bad connotation, unfortunately. This story is told from the point of view of Joseph. I think he is a junior in university. He has a summer job working at a Jewish kids camp along with his girlfriend, and he's living with her and her crazy family. I think I'm going to save a lot of my thoughts on this book for a review because I'm only about halfway through and I already have so much to say about this. The family is certainly not fucked up in the way that I would have anticipated going into it. It's definitely out there and really interesting the way the book is set up. So as for my March TBR, I obviously want to finish reading that, and then finally, hopefully, although I've almost just given up hope, I think 2 books I've had on hold through my Kindle at my local library back home in the States are finally gonna come through. The first is, as I've been saying I want to read for months, is The Enchanted by Renee Denfeld. The other book that I think is gonna hopefully come through is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. This is a psychological thriller about a woman who takes the same train every day at the same time to go to work, and she always notices the same seemingly perfect couple on their balcony, and one day she witnesses something a bit off, I'm not sure if it's terrible or just not the norm, and it's about discovering the truth of this couple. As for the videos I put up this month, first I did, as I said, my spoiler-free review of Bird Box. Then I did my top 5 tips for people who are interested in teaching English abroad. This was specifically kind of geared toward my program, and I talk about that a little bit, but I think it would be helpful to anyone who's interested in doing this. Then I did a quick video all about my travels in Scotland, kind of one of those short ones with music, the montage of a bunch of clips. It was a wonderful trip. I traveled kind of on my own for the first time, and I definitely want to keep doing that. I really loved that aspect of it. And then I finally filmed the bookish scenarios tag. Hadn't filmed a tag in quite a while. The next video I think I'm gonna film, I haven't filmed a discussion video in such a long time. I have so many ideas for them on what I hope you guys think are really interesting topics, but my next one, which will be my next video, I think will be on booktube personalities, your personality in front of the camera versus your real life personality. So hopefully you guys can look forward to that, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.